IncGamers plays.
Hello, this is IncGamers Plays, Company of Heroes 2 Beta. There's another video floating around of me getting mashed in a 1v1 versus Tim, and we're now going to take on the CPU in a 2v2. Isn't that right, Tim?
Yeah, we've set the computer to easy, and it's probably going to steamroller us.
Yeah, this isn't out of some kind of, I don't know, misguided attempt to make ourselves look amazing by destroying the computer on easy. It's just because the AI is pretty difficult in this game, or it seems to be. Well, I'm heading out over to the southwest, I suppose, from our point of view. I'm going to try and get that fuel. I think that fuel looks good.
I'm heading vaguely northeast-ish. I'm going to try and capture that first victory point and extend my reach a bit further down. Oh yeah, we're on the same team, so I can talk about what I'm doing.
Yes, and like, oh, the computer's already got the central victory point.
That doesn't surprise me.
What a dick.
Yeah, I'm building a squad of grenadiers, which are kind of the very default German troops. All the troops come in from off-map rather than being built at the barracks, which it's quite a nice touch, I think, insofar as they come in as reinforcements more than anything.
Yeah, it does have a nice kind of, this is just a temporary kind of field base look to it, and feel to it as well, I think.
I don't know this map as well as I know the one that we played. As that is the standard 2v2 map, that was the one that I tended to play against the computer. Oh, sorry, 1v1 map, it's what I tended to play against the computer. I'm going to go and get a machine gunner squad and see if I can emplace them somewhere.
I'm kind of lacking in resources, but...
I'm trying to extend my greasy tendrils over to the right of the map. I've encountered some soldiers.
Oh no.
It begins.
Why would you do that? It makes me angry. Oh no, I have as well.
What have you done? Oh dear, there's two squads of them here.
I have found some either engineers or pioneers, depending whether it's the Soviets or the Germans that I'm coming across here. Oh yeah, we should say actually, you're going German, Tim, I'm going Soviet, and we've also given the computer one each as well, just as a even matchup, I suppose.
Show off everything.
Yeah, exactly. So we should have a mix of troop types. They should have a mix of troop types. It's all good. There is a difference, isn't there, between the Germans and the Soviets, beside the obvious, about the sort of way the Germans go through kind of battle phases or something.
Yes. Sorry, I'm in the middle of a firefight, which is going horribly wrong.
With the Soviets, you get access to your troops by building buildings in traditional RTS style, but the Germans are a little bit different, I think.
Yeah, with the Germans at the main building, as you probably saw in the previous video, but I will show again in a moment. The main building, the Kampfgruppe headquarters, you can escalate your battle phase at a cost of manpower and fuel, which lets you build your next building up.
Yes.
Which gives you access to further, better troops. Sorry,
if anyone hasn't played any Company of Heroes, like I hadn't before this, stuff like line of sight and cover and shooting vehicles in the back and all that kind of jazz is pretty damn important.
yes, it matters. Oh, I'm being pinned down a bit down here. Where we're losing quite badly already.
Yeah, infantry are under attack.
We've got another two squads of... Actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to get one squad. Build my next building along, and then I'll see if I can get some Panzer Grenadiers with that.
I'll churn out some more conscripts.
I'll have my troops fire a rifle grenade. Yes, let's do that. Why not? It's going to cost me munitions, unfortunately, which is one of the 3 resources. Most of the special abilities that tend to involve weapons like grenades and so on Oh god.
As is tradition when playing the AI, I'm being heavily mortared.
Yeah, I can hear the mortar and the screen is shaking a bit. And I've just unlocked commanders.
Bloody mortars.
Yeah, of the 3 resources, you've got manpower, you've got munitions, and you've got fuel. Fuel is basically for the German battle phases and for the production of vehicles. Munitions is used for generally upgrading to heavier weapons or using abilities like throwing grenades and things like that, and manpower is used for basically everything.
Quite.
And I'm being mortared now.
Joy. Joy.
It's not the word I would have chosen, I'll be honest. Fortunately, they do currently appear to be mortaring the wrong place. Or themselves, bizarrely.
I also now have a commander.
Where are those mortars coming from? I haven't actually picked one yet. I haven't decided what I want to go with. On the one hand, I would quite like a Tiger tank. On the other hand, it seems unlikely I'll live that long. I'm going to get a scout car. Dear, are they trying to take that point again? I'll come in and try and flank them from the side, where you're currently fighting them in the middle of the map.
Okay.
Push them into the victory point.
I'm popping into buildings, because when the blizzard shows up. Otherwise, if you're not in buildings or huddled by handy little bonfires, then you will start freezing to death, which probably isn't fun.
However, I don't really care. As we discovered in the previous video.
I'm playing as the Russians. Yes, some of their soldiers are now suffering from extreme cold.
While mine are sat next to a nice warm bonfire.
Also mortaring the crap out of the building I'm in, so I think I'll depart from there.
Oh god, they're taking that munitions point again. I'm going to have to go and deal with them.
I'm going to try and find where...
they're mortaring me again.
Oh, here's... Oh, Christ, they've got all kinds of stuff. Alright, lob a Molotov cocktail at them.
I'm trying to sneak around the back. Right, scout car.
We've got a pair of mortar teams in the middle here, basically.
I'm pretty much just weeping blood. that building you've got troops sheltering in appears to be destroyed. Oh, they blew up the fire.
Oh no, now I can't keep warm. Oh man, right.
You appear to have one soldier standing there being mortared.
Yeah,
I'm going to go and send my scout car over there to try and deal with... Oh god, now I'm being mortared. Quick, capture the point!
Where are my troops? Here are some of them.
Scout car, kill the shit out of them, quickly. Before all my troops die of mortar.
I'm going to Molotov cocktail this mortar.
I'm just going to shoot him with a scout car. Okay, I've captured the point. I've lost the majority of my troops, but I've captured the point.
I've murdered their mortars. Well, one of them.
Hooray.
No, I'm going to go and take it if I can. Have some mortar.
I'm going to get some Panzer Grenadiers and a sniper and a mortar squad of my own. Panzer Grenadiers are kind of the higher up level of German infantry. They can be upgraded to carry rocket launchers, which makes them really good anti-vehicle troops.
Excellent.
I'm trying to cover your mortar team with my scout car here. Though we're still being mortared from what looks like the other side of the map.
Yeah, it happens.
No, that's an anti-tank gun.
Oh boy. I'm going to try and capture this point in deep snow during a blizzard.
It's worth a try.
We'll find out. If it has a fire, then okay.
I'm going to go and try and retake the middle victory point because the computer seems pretty bloody keen on that right now. Oh god, flamethrowers.
Fuck.
And literally everything else imaginable. This is going about as horribly wrong as is conceivably possible.
Don't worry, I'm capturing this little point because he seems to have abandoned it.
I'm going to go and mortar the point that he's currently trying to capture. I'm going to reinforce my troops and then try and push in on them.
I'm going to set up some AT guns and some mortars of my own. Protect them with some dudes.
They're encroaching on our base.
He's mortaring the mortars. It just seems
What a dick.
appropriate.
I've got a fair bit of fuel. I'm hoping I'm going to be able to push out a tank shortly. However, the computer will inexplicably have an anti-tank gun right next to it, I'm sure, so...
Which how it goes.
Right, I'm going to try and push for the northern victory point with sod all. Hooray! I killed some of his squads.
Excellent.
Send my sniper down to try and give you a hand. I'm going to mortar his mortars as well. That seems like a good plan.
The currently hold is not going to be held for very much longer. He has a vast amount of troops encroaching on it.
Which one's that, sorry? The southwestern one.
The only one, yeah. The only one that's still blue currently.
Well, we've nearly captured the northeastern one.
Oh, that's something.
Oh, my mortars have inexplicably moved onto a capture point as well. That's quite nice. I just told them to attack something, and that was apparently the edge of their range was in the middle of a capture point.
Excellent.
Right, I'm going to spend far too much in the way of munitions on... Oh, hooray! Right, I'm getting a panzer.
I'm trying to capture the central point with like one guy.
Okay, I'll have my mortars drop bombs to give you some cover in a moment.
He's probably not going to survive.
I'm dropping bombs on that capture point.
Amazingly, he is still alive.
Oh dear.
Oh, there he goes.
His troops aren't that keen on the idea of me having mortars.
Excellent.
Not really. The opposite one. Bad,
Oh.
that one. No, that's a scout car. Where's my tank?
Dude, where's my tank?
I want my tank. There it is.
Oh, he's got a tank coming. Oh, some sort of car, armoured car.
Yeah, but I've got an actual tank.
Well, he's probably screwed then.
I think this might be a fight that I might actually win.
I'm going to upgrade my conscripts so they have submachine guns.
Yeah, he's trying to push in on this base. It's not working out for him, honestly. I'm just waiting for him to bring up the anti-tank gun now. You sneaky buggers with your mortars.
Well, I just fucked an armoured car at least. That's nice.
That's pretty good. I'm killing a mortar team, or trying to. Unfortunately, I think we're... Oh yes, there's an anti-tank gun shooting at my my infantry. Which isn't really the best use of an anti-tank gun, but don't tell the computer that.
Doesn't need to know.
I'd be kind of surprised if it hasn't worked it out already, but high hopes.
Lead.
Right, I'm going to go and retake that victory point that he retook.
Man, it's carnage into such...
I told you how this was going to turn out.
Not well. Not well. Reminder, folks, this is on easy.
Reminder, we are bad.
Your tank? Okay, good.
As evidenced by the fact that I think that I've got huge amounts of basic manpower resources which I'm not using, so I'm going to go and build 3 more squads of Panzer Grenadiers.
Good plan. Good plan.
Oh, they've got a tank now.
Yeah, I know.
That's not fair. That's not what we agreed on.
It totally isn't fair.
Tank, I'd be more thrilled if you'd shoot at the tank instead of the single soldier that's... No, the tank. Shoot the tank. No, don't miss it. Shoot it. It's facing away from you. You can hit it in the arse, and there we go.
Good news, we have less than 2. Oh, did I say good news?
I'm doing a fairly good job of banging this tank.
Good, good.
I mean, that's not really helping because we've got all of our 2 sectors. The computer's got far more resources and just general manpower than we have. But other than that, you know, it's going well. Ah, that's an anti-tank gun.
Conscripts, use your conscript abilities.
And kill an anti-tank gun?
Yeah. Can try.
Oh dear, my troops are freezing to death again. I keep forgetting about that.
Yeah, there isn't really a fire here.
I have to actually pretend to care about them. Not something I'm very good at.
It's just mean and wrong.
Oh hush, you're playing Russians. You should be approving of my unorthodox tactics.
Probably should be, yeah. Oh, hello.
Right, I'm trying to shelter my troops vaguely.
I'm kind of not.
Oh dear, they've got a Panzerwerfer rocket launcher. I'll have to go and kill that with my tank. Okay troops, you've warmed up enough. Let's go. Oh dear, that's not an anti-tank gun. Go on troops! Into the lion's mouth and all that. I should probably send my tank back to get repaired by pioneers, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, they've kind of caught me in a wedge between everything. The troops I have here probably aren't going to hold on for much longer.
It's unfortunate.
Particularly because they've got field guns.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pulling my troops back to reinforce them, and then we'll make another push.
Alright.
See if I can get my pioneers to repair that tank. I'll see if I can get another tank. I can get a Stug. Flak gun.
I'm building a Su-76M assault gun. A true multi-capability vehicle. If this little fluff text is to be believed.
I'm getting a Flak Panzer. Which is apparently good for shredding light targets, so hopefully that'll kill off some of those bloody infantry they keep throwing at me.
Yes.
Oh dear, my tank appears to have been cornered by a tank.
No.
I'm about to lose it. Main gun destroyed. Quick, engineers, repair the shit out of it. And now its engine's on fire because I had it run over a fire. That was stupid of me.
Hide in a building, little snipers. Jesus, he has a lot of troops.
Yeah, I could do with some more troops.
He's trying to burn me out, the dick.
Oh, his tank is currently out the front of your base.
Yes.
I'll send my Panzer Grenadiers in to have a word.
I'm lobbing some anti-tank stuff at it.
I'm sending in a huge amount of troops.
Excellent.
Fire pins at it. Yeah, that thing's got fairly heavy armour.
That's not great, is it? We are slowly fucking it up though.
I'm a little more worried about the fact that they've got a machine gun emplacement there.
Ah.
How's my tank going? Hey, my tank's repaired. And they're taking the other victory point. I'm going to have to push on that in a moment. Alright, enough of this. I'm going to go and push north and try and get that victory point he's stealing. I predict not much in the way of opposition there.
But I hope.
You might want to watch out for that anti-tank gun that's moving into your base.
Oh, really? What else is that?
Okay. We're going to retake the top victory point.
Hooray!
And I'm going to march south for victory.
I'm going to try and retake the very bottom one.
I'm pushing an anti-tank gun down to the entrance of your base as well.
And I'm building a rocket truck because that sounds fun.
That does sound fun. Hopefully we'll survive long enough to use it.
I hope so.
I'm going to get us another tank as well. Okay, we've got the top victory point. Quick marching south to the middle victory point.
Oh, they're trying to take the fucking fuel place.
The dicks.
What a bunch of cocks. I'm going to try and reinforce this victory point down here before it inevitably gets taken. Oh yes, he's noticed that I want it. That's a little bit unfortunate. Hit the deck, conscripts. Not ideal when you're being mortared, that has to be said. Oh Christ, he's got tanks and everything down here.
I
Right.
can bring down the might of my armoured division if that'll help.
It may well do.
Okay, I'm on my way. Although as I'm taking the middle victory point, I'm kind of hoping I'm not going to need them up there. Oh great, and a blizzard. I'll be honest, the blizzard isn't quite what I was hoping for.
No. What were you hoping for with that?
Right, so I'm going to try and take that munitions point with my infantry. Right, let's try and wreck his tank divisions.
Yes.
All told, I think it might actually go fairly well, as long as he doesn't have any anti-tank guns around there.
He had a lot of stuff, but
Guys, I'd appreciate you shooting that tank instead of humping it.
it's kinda... I've got a rocket truck. That sounds like something that would be useful.
It sounds like it's the sort of thing that's going to mortar at stuff. Or bombard things, anyway.
Yeah, a little bit. Get in the buildings, you dicks.
Right, I'm getting another tank.
Do it.
Do you need support anywhere? Well, my tanks seem to be doing okay for the moment.
I'm just kind of building up a few more forces to, when the blizzard lifts, move them where we need them, basically.
Fair enough.
I'm retaking fuel, hoping to retake a few of the bits and pieces. Try and blow up a tank with a rocket truck.
Wow, my anti-tank gun is actually in the right place for once. And not only is that on one side, I've got my tanks flanking theirs on the other side.
Hurrah!
That's going amazingly well. I wasn't expecting that. Oh dear, they've got more tanks.
Yeah, they keep doing that.
How do they have this many tanks?
I don't know.
My flak panzer appears to be fairly wrecked.
I'm bringing in my it's kind of an artillery slash tank thing.
Bring down pioneers in an attempt to repair.
Good idea.
We've got all 3 victory points.
We have.
I shouldn't have mentioned
It was
this.
pretty damn close. He had about 400 and we had about 50 at one point. And we're dragging it back.
Barely.
From the jaws of defeat. Playing on easy, folks.
Yeah, don't forget that. That's important.
I'm going to try and capture some of these other points while he's is he being distracted?
I'm vaguely distracting him, I think.
I think you're doing more than vaguely distracting him.
I'm tempted to send these tanks to go and push on his base, actually. Just because I have a lot of them, and that will distract him.
Good think.
Right, I'm going to push troops down to that point. Oh, he's got more tanks. On the other hand, I've got more tanks than him, so...
I can build a howitzer. That sounds like something that would be useful.
You'd hope so. He's building tank destroyers, unfortunately, which is a little more irritating.
Hmm.
Right. Flak panzers repaired.
Oh.
Let's go and have my tanks do some damage to his base. I'll go and blast some of the bunkers he's got. We're winning!
We're winning! Winning!
Despite the fact that I've been playing pretty terribly. As our viewers will no doubt comment.
You've been doing great. Got all the victory points. Pretty much have all of the capture points as well.
Yeah,
and he's going to have to do something in the next 20 seconds, otherwise he is fucked.
Oh wow, I've got a light artillery barrage ability. I'll use that on his base. Let's hope we don't win before it hits. Come on, artillery! Come on! Hey!
In the nick of time.
Indeed. Wow, we won, barely.
I think that was quite good.
Yeah, I think that was as well. We managed to pull it back, and I've ranked up. Apparently, I've unlocked a new skin tone for my vehicles.
Yeah, I've got some skin tones.
Wait, skin tone isn't the right word.
Win a victory point game with 100 or less points remaining. Yes, indeed. Oh good, I've got a thing that makes my mortar barrage recharge faster. That'll make people happy.
End the game with the majority of kills from German infantry. End the game having killed twice as many units as were lost. Let's have a look at the post-game stats. Most valuable unit, Grenadiers. Most lost unit, Grenadiers. Most produced unit, Panzer Grenadiers. Because I just spammed them from the middle of the game onwards until I realised I had sufficient fuel to spam tanks instead. I don't really do tactics in Company of Heroes. I pretty much just get overwhelmed with the possibilities and micromanaging and trying to make sure everything's in the right position and nothing's being flanked and everything's trying to flank everything. I get confused by all that. I start off trying to do that and then I burst into tears and just build tanks.
Well, it is kind of the heart of it, really. You've got to divide your time between big picture stuff and, oh, hang on, this little conscript unit which is hanging on to this victory point needs some desperate micromanagement, otherwise it's going to perish.
Yeah, I think it's a game that actually manages to balance the two really, really well, and how much time you spend doing things actually kind of fits into your overall strategy, because early on you don't have many troops and you can afford to micromanage. Later on, when you've got 4 or 5 squads, you need to macromanage them, but you're maybe micromanaging your tanks. And yeah, or alternatively, if a particular battle is quite important, you can focus on micromanaging that at the expense of everything else going on. It has a focus on micromanagement, but the troops are reasonably smart anyway.
Yeah, I have seen them like trying to take cover, and you know, they won't just, to an extent, they won't just stand there going, "Oh, we're being killed. Oh well."
Yeah, if there is cover nearby, they will do that. In that game, actually, one of my mortar squads ran away. They retreated back to base, I assume, because they were being shot at and they were down to 1 man left, who promptly picked up the gun and legged it.
Yeah.
Which again, I'm pretty certain I didn't order him to do that, though I might have misclicked, I suppose. The army values were pretty consistent throughout that, looking at the graph. Although we did apparently have better resources than them for most of the game. Is that because we were playing on easy and they get less resources or something?
I hope not. That would be a bit sad. I think we.
Oh no! Sorry, the resource float is just the unspent resources.
Oh, so actually that's us being idiots.
Yeah.
Having a bunch of unspent resources.
I had 3,000 unspent resources at one point. I'm guessing that was probably about the time when I started spamming tanks and soldiers.
And that probably helped quite a bit. Anyway, hopefully that provides quite a nice little look at the Company of Heroes 2 beta.
How have you been finding it, Peter? Because you didn't. I wrote the preview, so what are your thoughts?
Yeah, well, as I said, I think we were recording at the time at the beginning when I said that I've been liking it. I'm not a massive RTS player, not because I don't like them, just I don't. As a reviewer, you kind of get into this cycle where you review certain game types, and when a major RTS comes along, if you're in the situation where it's like, oh, I haven't really played any of them for a while, it doesn't seem like a great idea to review it, and it's kind of self-perpetuating like that. But no, I like it. I like the victory point game type. You kind of get the back and forth of the troop rush followed by, oh, might need a bit of a rapid retreat here as as you get overwhelmed, and then building up again, maybe sending out the odd squad to other little points on the map to get some more munitions, places that are looking sort of unguarded and stuff. Yeah, I would say I'm not any good at it whatsoever, so no, not going to get any tactical depth from me, nor any comparisons to the first game, because I didn't play that. I know some people have said they think this one is more, quite a bit more artillery focused, and that you kind of churn up to the vehicles a lot more quickly. I think in the original there was sort of more infantry combat early on, possibly. I don't know if you can say anything about that.
Not a great deal, because like I say, I was terrible at Company of Heroes anyway. They might well be right. But I have to say it doesn't feel like it's a rapid rush to the vehicles. I mean, the Soviets, because of the way their buildings work, can kind of get access to vehicles a little bit earlier if they're rushing for them, but at the expense of everything else.
I will say it does seem like everything has a counter, you know.
Yeah.
If you've got tank issues, build some anti-tank stuff.
Yeah.
If you've got mortar issues, well, that's a bit of a difficult problem.
Rush
if you
them.
can find them, it's not too difficult. If you can find them, it's
rush them with scout cars. That's my trick for that. But yeah, I mean, that said, I don't think that this feels like it's rushed in any way. It feels like a fairly natural progression as the battle continues.
Yeah, I mean, well, towards the end there, you particularly got a shitload of tanks, but that was kind of 20-25 minutes in.
Yeah.
And no doubt you can get there more quickly if you're some kind of amazing pro.
Or if you're maybe average at the game, you can probably do it a lot better than I did.
I mean, obviously it's in beta as well. I think we've mentioned they already had sort of toned down mortars and flamethrowers a bit. I've no doubt whatsoever that they'll be tweaking a bunch more stuff up until release.
Yep.
I feel like it's a little more zoomed in than I want it to be. It's weird. I kind of initially felt that, and then kind of got used to it.
Yeah, that's pretty much what happened with me, which doesn't tend to happen with Field of FOV in other games, in first-person games. But here, it does kind of feel right after a little while. Possibly because the micromanagement makes it kind of useful to have a view that's reasonably zoomed in most of the time.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I've seen complaints about the user interface. I just watched some original Company of Heroes footage, and the user interface seems pretty similar in terms of size. It's got some things in different places, and I can see some complaints about this one putting the it kind of gives you the unit info. It uses up an awful lot of space to give you sort of basic unit info, which is stuff that once you've played the game a little bit, you're really not going to need anymore. You're not going to need to know, oh hey, this is what a conscript squad does, this is what a spook does, kind of thing. And maybe they could rearrange that a bit. I don't know. I don't know. Again, like the sort of field of view, I kind of just got used to it, and I'm not, since I didn't play the first one, I'm not sort of pining for what that one used to be like, because I have no real conception what it was like. But yeah, how about you, Tim? Why you in your preview? If people want to know what you think, they could read that.
Basically, yeah, I really like it. I mean, I'm looking forward to kind of getting my hands on the campaign when the game actually comes out, and being able to play it with more friends. Yeah, I'm certainly looking forward to it. I mean, Company of Heroes, I think, is one of the highest rated RTS games of all time, and this doesn't really seem to stray too far from its roots. There's some mechanical changes, there's some additions, different sides and so on, but it's nothing like Command and Conquer 3 to Command and Conquer 4, where it's an entirely different basis for the game. It is very, very familiar, very similar, and it works in much the same way, which I rather like.
I'm also not totally sure yet about the sort of leveling up mechanic and unlocking sort of bonuses for, oh, this builds more quickly and this does more damage, but I figure as long as people are matched against similarly leveled people, it should be okay.
Yeah, and the bonuses honestly appear to be fairly negligible.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's not a case of damage or something is...
Yeah, it's not really a case of, you know, this unit can now upgrade with a gun that does 50% more damage. It's a case of these units are 2% more accurate, which will make a difference, but not one that's likely to win you any games, I would have thought.
No. Yeah, it could help you hold on to a victory point, which then might have a knock-on effect of winning you the game, I suppose. But yes, if you're playing someone who's equally or similarly leveled, then they'll also have their little selection of bonuses too. So, you know, and I think you can only choose 3 at once or something as well. So it's...
Yeah, so I'm mousing over them on my screen now. Yes, conscripts and grenadiers have 2% increased accuracy. Half-tracks have 2% increased health. Heavy machine guns have 2% increased accuracy, etc.
Yes. I mean, on a knife-edged balanced match, that might give you a slight edge, but...
I did mention in the preview, actually, that I can see people potentially doing mind games with this, insofar as if you pick loads of infantry bonuses and then don't use any infantry at all. Little bits and pieces like that. I don't know. We'll have to see how the competitive multiplayer side of it evolves, really.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, with games like this, a lot of the kind of like, oh, this seems a bit unbalanced, or oh, this tactic seems like it works too well stuff only really comes out once you've had a great many people playing a great many games.
Yeah.
Which obviously we can't really judge, having played a few, but not thousands, obviously.
Yep.
So yes, that we should probably wrap up our Company of Heroes 2 coverage. Yeah, as I say, there's a 1v1 game out there for you to watch as well, and there's a preview on the site. And that's about it, so see you later.
Thanks for watching.